with this one here. Woo-hoo! In the morning, when I wake up, all I want is Mary Joanna. In the evening, when I'm thinking, all I want is Mary Joanna. If you look in my eyes, you will see what I've done. Every minute, every hour of every day. But life is like a smoke. In the end, I'm gonna choke. So all I do is live my life from day to day.
Oh my God, you know you better watch yourself because I know you're waiting on the run. Cause I'm telling you guns and none. Cause you know they wanna tell, take a for a run. You let me see you do the run. Run and the one that they cleanse and the one that done. Cause I know you cannot be me now what you wanna do. Cause I'm about to break it down me. Cause that's all that, cause you know you cannot feed me now. Let you wonder. Give it the back of the night because I'm telling you. What bar, bun bar, cause I cannot wonder. Because you know you like the way I put that pick up. Cause I'm telling all you fools what I put up. And in a mercy. Now what you wanna do and in a mercy. Now what you wanna do and in a mercy. Now what you wanna do and in a mercy.
If you look in my eyes, you will see what I've done. Every minute, every hour of every day. But life is like a smoke. In the end, I'm gonna choke. So all I do is live my life from day to day. You got to lick it, stick it, bend it, crease it, stack it, burn it, pack it, roll it, poke it, roach it, smoke it, then you pass it to me. You got to lick it, stick it, bend it, crease it, stack it, burn it, pack it, roll it, poke it, roach it, smoke it, then you pass it to me.
Come on, baby girl, let's get it going on. I'ma hit the highway and do it my way. It ain't no game, girl, so I don't play games. I keep it up straight, right up in your face. So make your mind up, cause life is too short. I got the vest on, boy, put your belt on. Stop acting all cool like Kanye West, boy. You be riding through the wire and the camera get on fire. You don't want that, no, I don't want that, no. This goes up to pimps and chicks, so slow. Hit the backseat when you're doing the licking, kissing, squeezing. Do the damn thing, man.
You got to lick it, stick it, bend it, press it, stack it, burn it, pack it, roll it, poke it, roach it, smoke, Mary Joanna. You got to lick it, stick it, bend it, press it, stack it, burn it, pack it, roll it, poke it, roach it, smoke, Mary Joanna. You got to lick it, stick it, bend it, press it, stack it, burn it, pack it, roll it, poke it, roach it, smoke, Mary Joanna. You got to lick it, stick it, bend it, press it, stack it, burn it, pack it, roll it, poke it, roach it, smoke, Mary Joanna to me.
Good evening. Welcome to Raconteurs News. It's a Thursday night. It's 9 o'clock. It's 37 minutes past 9, 23 minutes to 10 on this Thursday night. And thank you for joining us, you people that have joined us. I know there's very, very few of you, but we still appreciate every single one of you because we appreciate our listeners and our supporters and people that want to hear a voice of proper fucking reason. Ada, how you got on with your mic, mate?
I think we're sorted. Are we sorted?
Yes, we are sorted, mate. That sounds absolutely fantastic.
It was just a case of doing what I normally have to do, just switch it all off and switch it back on again.
Well, yeah, and that it works for everything, doesn't it? It works for a load of things.
Oh, mate, it works for a cup of tea. It works for everything. So, listen, I'd got an unexpected text earlier saying that you wanted to get some off your chest, and I don't even know what it is.
Well, you see, this is why I think this is probably going to be an interesting scenario for us to go through, because you're going to be coming from a point of view of somebody who doesn't interact with social media, you know, you're not on Facebook, you're not on all these things. It's just that what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna tell you the story, and I'm gonna tell you exactly what happened. I can provide everything that I say. I can tell you is real.
Okay.
Now this all blew over, and then suddenly, I think yesterday, I just started getting trolled again, and it's. I'm getting a bit of feedback, mate. I don't know if you need to mic up a little bit. You know, that's what she said.
What?
I'm just getting a bit of feedback from myself. I can hear myself.
Oh right. Oh, I can hear you. You're coming through here perfectly.
Okay. All right. Well, as long as that's what people can hear.
Okay.
Yeah, we right. So I'm going to start from the very start. Okay, from the very beginning. I think on one of your shows you had a guy on called Mark Steele.
Wow. Go on. Yeah, I don't remember, but anyway, carry on. You what? So 5G. Yeah.
Yeah, he was doing 5G and all this sort of stuff, and Mark Steele's got this he's got this little following now. We booked him for a show and he couldn't come on, but he sent one of his cohorts, a guy called Lee Garrett, right? So little, Geordie guy, and he comes on the show and he tells us all about the nosebleeds that are going on everywhere, and it's all due to the 5G, and 5G is going to fucking kill us all, and do all this, it's going to kill us all. And but to be fair, the interview I thought went well. It went okay. We didn't really question him because we didn't really know much about 5G. Okay, but during this interview, he made an accusation against somebody on the show. Okay. Right. So the accusation was that this other person that was also involved in 5G awareness, that how bad it was.
Yeah.
And he said she's a shill and she's this and she's that and she's got a reputation and yada yada yada. But he didn't provide any documented proof or anything. But that's a theme that's going to be running throughout this anecdote that I'm telling you. Okay. And so he made these accusations. Now, as any good radio show host or anybody that purports to be impartial, I did say, if you're listening, her name's Annie Logical, and Marie Carey. I said, if you're listening, you've got a right to reply. We'll give you a right to reply. Get in touch with us, and if you want to refute these allegations, then we'll give you a right to reply. Mm-hmm. Okay. What's happened to your camera?
I think it's. I've got a webcam over the top of a webcam, and I think it's tried to get into my internal webcam. You just carry on. Let me see what I can do with it while we're talking.
Okay. So so I said, okay, well I'll if Annie Logical wants to have a right to reply, we'll give anybody a right to reply. So just get in touch. Anyway, a few weeks later, through an intermediary, actually, Annie Logical got in touch and we organised for her to come on the show. Now, the day before she was coming on the show, I got a phone call from Mark Steele, and he was telling me how what a cunt she were, and I shouldn't believe her, and this is when alarm bells start ringing.
Yeah.
He's telling me I'm a cunt. Then he puts Garrett on the phone, and Garrett's telling me that if I interview her, I'm a cunt, and I'm responsible for the death of babies in fucking. Gates said I'm also responsible for every nosebleed that's ever been anybody's ever had ever. That's what I'm responsible for. And this phone call went like that. Undeterred, on the Monday, I did the interview with Marie Carey, and Marie Carey's interview, she provided evidence. She was her evidence was it was real. It was proper evidence. It was proper, real truth, and she showed that this that Mark Steele and this Lee Garrett, they were just exactly you know, she proved a link because Mark Steele had been saying that he'd been sent to court and took to court by Gateshead Council, yet Anne-Marie Carey was able to prove that he was working alongside Gateshead Council in the implementation of 5G. So, you know, we gave her the right to reply, and she was fantastic, and I think she was probably one of the best guests we've ever had. She knew all the stuff, and she was on the she came on the show and gave her opinion, provided evidence. That, as far as we were concerned, that was that. We were, you know, this is not our fight. This is not our fight.
Yeah, you've had two sides of the story. One's come on one night, one's come on the other. Yeah, what's wrong with that?
Well, yeah. Well, you see, this is what. Then what happens is that that Lee Garrett starts trolling me and sending me messages and he starts he on Facebook. You won't believe this. I don't think I've ever told you this, but we were on Facebook and we were talking on a thread. We weren't really talking. I think we were arguing on a thread, and I was saying sort of like, you know, what's wrong with you, you crackhead, and all this, because it just came out with all this stuff. It just absolute utter nonsense, just crap, just like babyish, childish playground nonsense. And I'll tell you, one of the things he said to me was, "I'm better off than you. I've got a wife, 2 kids, and I've got 2 legs, so I'm better off than you." Right? This is the sort of guy you're talking about, okay?
Right. And so this wasn't on a show or anything. This was just him.
Just basically, yeah, Facebook stuff, yeah.
Right. Okay. Yeah.
So anyway, we had a bit of a row. I mean, this guy's got fucking. We had a bit of a row, and then nothing really happened after that. I let it go. We had Anne-Marie Carey on a couple more times. I mean, she's been great, always a great guest. And if ever you need to come back on, Anne, then you're welcome to come on this show. I promise you, this show is your friend. Great information. And the stuff that she was providing us was real. We could verify it was real. Whereas the stuff with Garrett and Steele were just, it were conjecture. It was like the light poles outside, the lampposts are giving us nosebleeds and you know, giving us erectile dysfunction. I think that was one of the things that Garrett said as well. And you know, it was just all this ridiculous nonsense. And I kept asking. I did ask throughout. And if anybody wants, I think it's 218, the Lee Garrett interview. I think it's Raconteurs News 218. So you can go back and have a look at that, and you can see. On that, I was asking him, I was saying, is there any evidence for this? Is there any studies, anything been you know, any tangible evidence, anything that you can bring to us? And he's going, yeah, they were, but there is, but never, there were never any forthcoming, and we were never told where we could find it and everything. Then, of course, we got the situation with when Gateshead Council were allegedly taking Mark Steele to court and never did. Well, they did apparently. His supporters turned up and some show trial thing, some training exercise took place in which he was taking part, and there's no record of that court case because it wasn't an actual court case. It was a mock court case, you know, for training lawyers and stuff like that. The judge in the case was the judge that used to do that, used to preside over these mock cases where they were training lawyers and stuff like that. So that's what Anne-Marie believed happened, and that for me is more tangible than the rhetoric that we get from them. And again, it was all backed up with evidence, you know.
Right.
And so anyway, it all Like I said, we've had Marie Carey on a couple of times more because she's got great information, and she did some good stuff on the yellow vest movement as well, and she's got a good perspective. And this doesn't mean that I agree with everything she says, but her analysis you cannot fault. Okay,
Yeah.
whether the conclusions you come to are the same or not, it doesn't matter. The analysis is spot on, and Anne-Marie Carey always gets it spot on. Now with these other fucking so anyway, I got a bit of flack. I got a bit of online stuff, and to be fair, it don't really fucking bother. It don't really bother me. I mean, he could call me he called me Stumpy tonight on Facebook, for God's sake. Does he even? He don't even know me, does he? Because is that going to bother me? Is Stumpy going to bother me?
No.
Of course it's not going to bother me. I'm not bothered at all. I couldn't give a flying fuck. Now, what's happened is that in the last couple of days, actually, I put some posts on Facebook, the show, links to the show and stuff like that, and under a load of them, this Lee Garrett character has written rapist sympathizer. Right, okay. Now, he's not told me who the rapist is, and he's not told me why I sympathize with him. And as far as I know, and we've had a lot of guests, we've done 300 and odd shows, I've never interviewed a rapist, as far as I know. Okay.
Yeah, I don't think we have, but right.
No, I know I haven't. And I know the guy that he's referring to. Now, the guy that he was referring to was on the show, and he'd been accused of rape, and he'd been on trial for rape, but he'd been acquitted. Right. So as far as I'm concerned, that guy is not a rapist. You can't go about calling somebody a rapist. They've been when they've been acquitted of a rape charge. Sorry, go on.
So of course you can.
I can't. I'm not going to do that. That he was this Garrett character. Fuck knows what's up with him. I really don't know what's up with him. I think he's got some sort of fucking brain disorder, right? His head looks like a bean, and I think he's got about as much brain in it as a fucking bean as well. Because he keep right. Let me just say this. On one of the arguments, he said to me, right? He said that he wouldn't have had a go at me if I'd have not called him a nonce. Now, Lee, I challenge you to show me anywhere that I've called you a nonce. I might have called you gay. You know why I called you gay? Because I know that you hate gays, and that will be the fucking ultimate, the ultimate fucking. The ultimate insult to you, to question people like him. They're like that. Question the masculinity. You question the masculinity. I'm not doing it because I'm homophobic. I'm not nowhere near homophobic. But I know that he is. So I call him that, and that gets that reaction out of him. And anyway, he said that he would not have started on me if I'd have not called him a nonce. So if he wants to show me the evidence of me calling him a nonce, I will accept it, right? But here's the reality. Have a listen to this. This is a recording I'm going to play. This is a recording from a phone call that I had with Lee Garrett, and anybody that knows his voice will know that this is definitely Lee Garrett. Just have a little listen to this. I'm just going to put it onto studio just while this comes on, so that you hear it. Okay. Here we go. Ready? Are you ready? Listen to this.
Yes, Jason Holmes is a paedophile.
Did you hear that?
I heard some of that paedophile.
Let me I'll crank it up, just put it back a little bit. 23, here we go. There you go. There's him calling me a nonce. That's him calling me a nonce, and yet I'm supposed to have called him a nonce. And this is just the fucking ridiculousness of this whole fucking charade. This bloke's a fucking idiot.
So it just seems to me that you had somebody on who accused somebody else of having false information about the same subject. You gave that person a right to reply. She came on, substantiated all her claims, and then he's just come out with a load of insults.
Yeah, but I don't even know. It just seems to have jumped on me this last 2 days. I just don't even know why. I've not done, you know, I don't make posts on Facebook. I generally tend not to make posts on Facebook because it's just a fucking pile of shit. Share if you agree.
All you do is tell people that there's going to be an RN. That's it.
Yeah, the shows, and that's basically all I do. And that's essentially, I think there were 8 different shows that I'd posted on my timeline, and he'd written underneath fucking rapist sympathizer. Now, if I've interviewed a rapist, okay, then Lee, show me the evidence that I've interviewed a rapist and that I sympathized with him as well. I mean, for fuck's sake, you know, but you can't because you haven't got it. Because you're a fucking idiot. You just spout nosebleeds. You just spout the crap, the fucking nonsense that you're fed to by fucking Steely Wonder over there with his fucking dark glasses on and fucking pretending he can't see and fuck all. He's a dickhead. He's a complete dickhead. The links between him and between fucking Gateshead Council have been established. He is linked to them. He is linked to them. So just look, fucking believe him if you want. Believe him. Believe Garrett. And Garrett's like on his fucking thing tonight saying, because I put up a link on Facebook saying that we were going to be doing this. And Garrett, by the way, the reason I've not blocked him because, you know, it's funny. It is quite funny. It's a fucking, you know, the crap that is. Also, I got a message tonight, and this is how fucking far they'll go. This is how they want to troll you. Okay. I got a message tonight from a guest who's been on this show a couple of times. We've had him on a few times. He's really, Andy introduced me to him. And we've had him on a couple of times, and he's a great guy. But he's absolutely fuck all to do with 5G. He's fuck all to do. He's not anything to do with Raconteurs news, apart from that he's been on as a guest a few times. And do you know when I tell you who it is? You're just going to think, what the fuck is this fucking guy? Where did Garrett get this from? So here's the message. I got it from. Oh, hang on. Let me have a look. I got it earlier on, and it was from this guy. You'll know this guy. Well, some of you might. That's
Oh,
Ben.
yeah, Ben, yeah.
Yep. Okay. So Ben Emlyn Jones, who, as you can see, you're not massively friends. We don't talk very often.
What, both of the messages, yeah.
Yeah, well, we don't talk very. I mean, this is the first time I've really spoke to him alone because he was more Andy's friend. So Andy used to get him on the show. So
Yeah.
Ben sent me this message. Hi, Jason. You should know that there's a bloke going round online slagging you off. He goes by the account name Danny Groves, and he keeps inboxing me. Now, Danny Groves is one of Garrett's accounts. One of his accounts, because he gets banned a lot. There you go. I'll show you that. You can see that. Look, there you go.
Yeah.
That is exactly what he said.
Yeah.
So, so I put, cheers, mate. It's Lee Garrett, Mark Steele's lackey. He's even mocked me for having one leg. Proper loser. Thanks, Ben. And let's have you on RN again soon. So there you go. Here we go. I'll be glad to come on to come back on. Hope this troll is not giving you too much trouble. He's accusing you of aiding and abetting Malcolm Blackman's crime, even though Malcolm was cleared. That's slander. I'm keeping a record of these guys' PMs if you need them for the police or a solicitor. So we're talking. This guy is going through all our old guests, and he's sending them messages and saying, "Look, this bloke's he's interviewed an alleged, in fact, not even alleged anymore. He's been cleared. So somebody that had muck thrown at him and it stuck. You know, this is how pathetic and desperate these dickheads are. And you know, I don't like giving credence to."
Why have they not got something better to do? I don't.
What's that? Say again.
Why have they not got something better to do? I don't get the.
I don't know, mate. Listen,
other than the fact that, you know, if they've been, if the guy came on, accused somebody of something, then that person came on and rebutted with evidence, surely that's the end of it. If you start pushing it, you just cement the fact that you're a cock. But if you let it go, chances are everybody else will just forget about it. But the more you keep going, then it's like digging yourself a hole, isn't it? I don't get it. I mean, I think Facebook should just be bombed, but, you know, just get rid of Facebook. It's just a waste of space. But I just choose not to use it. But if you get, Raconteurs News is a platform where people can come on and say their bit. But surely if you, when you come on and say your bit, accuse somebody of something, they've got the right to come on and reply to that.
Yep.
Which you did. I mean, I'm assuming, I can't even remember her name. What was it that you said? Annie?
Anne.
Yeah.
Annie Logical.
I don't suppose she's been throwing insults at you and calling you one-legged, or?
No, of course not. No. Listen, me and Annie, we did have a disagreement. We did have a falling out.
Well, yeah, but me and you have had disagreements and falling out.
We had a disagreement, and you know what? We just let things cool down, and then we spoke about it again, and you know, and we resolved it like adults, rather than them fucker. I mean, listen, I've got a theory. Okay, it's been about 3 or I think it's since weekend that he started fucking trolling me, and it's really cranked up. Now I've got this theory that since the Jeremy Kyle show was finished, he's got no to fucking watch and no to do. And so what he's doing is thinking, well, what can I do? Oh, what's the next best thing to watching fucking chavs argue with each other and have DNA tests and lie detector tests and fucking top themselves?
Yeah.
You know, what's better than that? I'll troll some fucking handicapped bloke on fucking internet. Oh, yeah, all right, I'll do that. And on behalf of other handicaps, you know, we'll beat the cunts. We'll beat them. You fucking idiot. What a fucking idiot. He's just obviously got no fucking better to do. I've got a wife, 2 children, and 2 legs, so I'm better off than you. I don't think you are. I really don't think you are. I've got 2 legs, but I only need to fucking use one at a time if I fucking want to. You know, you can't. You can't choose to use one at a time unless you hop, in which case you've still got to carry the other fucker about. I don't have to. I can take mine off and I can hop about as fucking to my heart's content. I can pretend I'm a fucking little bunny rabbit, can I go, oh, nosebleeds, on me fucking one leg. Yeah, I've got it. Fucking so what? Fucking find yourself something to do. Jeremy Kyle couldn't last forever. It couldn't last forever, man. You've got to try and find something else in your life. Lee.
Just, mate, I just let it lie because it's not even worth it. Is it?
Oh no! Listen,
I know you needed a rant.
I needed to have a rant because just what I mean, just don't even fucking understand it. I just do not understand it. I just don't get it. I don't get it. I'd left it. It were gone. It were done. It were done before Christmas. I think it was October we had him on. And so it was done before Christmas. And yet he just comes back, he jumps back. Oh, by the way, look at this. Look what I've got here.
Go on.
Just in case anyone thinks I'm fucking taking bribes. I'm going to tell you, I am.
Well,
look at all them.
Oh, no. Are they free coffees at McDougall Burgers?
Free coffees. I've got a man on the inside. He's my stepson. He came home with like 10 for me.
They've been raiding bins, haven't they?
12 free coffees. Yeah. So yeah, you can put that on your thing, your Facebook account, Lee. That I'm taking bribes from McDonald's because I've got a man on the inside. Hey, dear me, for God's sake. Are you looking forward to your holiday, mate?
I am, yeah. If you could see all the crap down on the floor behind me. I've got my suitcase. I've got my house sitters arranged. They're coming tomorrow night. And bringing their dog, which is good.
Awesome.
So, yeah. They're pleased because they've got the run of the house for the time while I'm away. And I'm pleased because I've got a house sitter. I just wish I could take their dog with me, sick as his ace.
Yeah, I know, but fucking hell, he's gonna if he goes with you, he's gonna see some things that a young dog shouldn't see.
No, that's right. Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, it's probably for the best that you can't take him. Let's say hello to some people in chat room. Super Leeds is in there. Good old Super Leeds. Sorry about your football team last night, mate. And I genuinely am. Well, I'm genuinely sorry for you. But perhaps not everyone else. But unlucky. But we're a great game of football. Ron Malcolm's in there as well. He says, "Never done gangs. I hate them police." I've never done gangs. I hate them. Police is one of the biggest. Yeah, you're right there.
Yeah.
It's society.
Has he been listening to me a lot, do you think?
Society the Spectacle says, "Yo, Jace." Robert Lunn, yeah, he made a point. Ian R. Crane, he's involved with this group that with Steele and whatever. Ian R. Crane. What have you made of Ian R. Crane? I know you know what I think of Ian R. Crane, but what have you made of him?
Some of the information that he's spoken about various subjects, I found useful. The trouble I've got with Ian Crane is he's always hanging his hat on something that he can do a video of that you can buy. Or he's touring the country doing talks and selling videos, something that you can buy.
Well, we just had AV10, didn't we? AV10 was just on a couple of weeks ago. Now, I don't know if there's anybody in the chat room who can tell us, but I understand that it was really quite expensive even to stream it online. You could pay for the stream online of the guests that were talking. So, and I know that the AV conferences, that they're usually about 150 quid for a weekend to go down there. Then your hotel room and stuff on top of that, because who was the guy that used to come to our meetings that used to go, the old guy that Tony Farrell used to stop with? Yeah, you know what I mean.
Yeah, I can't remember his name.
He used to go to them all. And I remember him telling me when I went down there to meet Farrell and some local Muslim leaders, at his house. I remember him telling me how much it cost him to go to Ian Crane's dues. But if anybody knows AV10, I know AV10 were expensive, but I think there was also a charge for to screen it, to stream it, to watch the stream.
Wow.
Okay, Logical Annie, which is Annie Logical, who has been quite a big part of what we've been talking about tonight. She's in the chat room, and she said that she heard that Crane mentioned at the end of AV that he stated that I should not be named. Sorry, I should not be given any oxygen, but didn't say her name. So Ian Crane, there you go. There's another one. Not given any oxygen. Look, I've got absolutely nothing but respect and praise for Annie. I really haven't, and you know me. If I don't like someone or I think someone's a cunt, I'll tell them they're a cunt, or I'll say they're a cunt. But I'm telling you, and Logical Annie's just said Crane also strongly advised her to shut up about Steele because she was the one that was exposing Mark Steele. So it just, for me, it's when you're just watching this stuff, and I know this is quite easy, that when you're just watching this stuff, it's quite easy to just get in and then you come out and perhaps you've still got the same opinion of the person that you had going in. But when you get behind the scenes, and I've interviewed Ian Crane, I've interviewed Annie Logical, and I've interviewed Lee Garrett, and I've interviewed Mark Steele. In fact, I've interviewed tons of people, and from the rift that's appeared between Annie and these people, that it almost seems like bullying. That you've got Crane, who in the alternative media would be considered a big hitter. Then you've got Steele that's in there as well, that would also in the 5G movement be considered a big hitter. And then you've got Garrett, who's probably sat on his shitter. But
how can Mark Steele, who's...
But what I'm saying is people get together and they gang up, and then Annie's the one. She's on her own, and she's trying to do this all on her own, and yet she's got this big sort of like gang mentality that's against her. Go on.
Yeah. The connections to Mark Steele and implementing 5G with Gateshead Council have been proven. Yeah, that's a question. That's not a statement.
Say that again. Sorry. Go on.
The connection with Mark Steele and Gateshead Council and the implementation of 5G.
It's proven.
Right. Okay. But he came on the show, or Lee Garrett did. It was apparently is to do with Mark Steele fighting the opposite argument, apparently, but then throwing mud at somebody else, and then she came on and proved. Well,
Well, we've had Mark Steele on before, and Mark Steele, we've done interviews with Mark Steele, and he's been on before, and he's done the 5G thing. Back when we really didn't know about 5G, and if someone comes and tells you that they're an expert, they're a weapons expert, he's got links to Israel and all sorts of different crap as well. And his brother as well is also...
because I'll be flying over it on Saturday, won't
I? and it's just that I've interviewed him. To be honest, it was a bit like when I interviewed what's that copper? Dave Witcher, not Dave Witcher. Fucking hell, that Dave Witcher's a completely different fucking person. That copper, come on, someone in chat room, remind me. I've got my fucking brain going wrong. Blah blah blah. Fucking hell. Someone tell me who I'm talking about. That copper Wedger, John Wedger. Thank you, Super Leeds. John Wedger. I had my doubts about him as well. Nothing that I could put my finger on. Nothing tangible. Just a gut feeling. And you know what I'm like with my gut feelings. I'm usually
pretty. Yeah, I'll give you that. You are.
There are people now. Ian Crane, I didn't really get on with. I didn't like it. I thought that everything that he said was rehearsed, and I thought that he was using breathing techniques that actors used to do the lines. I thought that there was something weird about that, and that sort of sent me Holmesy senses tingling. And same with Mark Steele, but with Any Logical, we're fine. I could ask her anything. I could ask. In fact, I had somebody in the chat room who asked a personal question, and I asked it, and she dealt with it. And that to me was something that couldn't be scripted and couldn't be, made into. Look, all I'm trying to say is that these, just judging by their actions, they're calling me a rapist sympathizer because I interviewed somebody who'd been on trial for rape. He'd been acquitted, right? Apparently, anyway. I don't even know. This is just speculation. I don't even know. I had a lot of people before the interview bring that to my attention, and I still decided to proceed with the interview simply because I'm not part. I don't want to make a decision about something that I'm going to do based upon gossip on the internet, because that's all that was posted towards me were gossip on the internet. So I decided that I was going to continue with the interview, even though people had said to me before, you shouldn't interview this guy. He's been. But I know what it's like to be accused of something you've not done.
Yeah.
And for me, stick. And I know what that's like, and I'm not fucking having it. I'm not going to be party to it. I'm not going to be playing along with that. I'm not going to be playing along and saying because somebody said you did something, I'm not going to engage with you because I deplore the action that you're said to have done. But again, there's no fucking evidence. This is what I mean. I won't be fucking bullied into not saying something or not do it or not interviewing somebody simply because there's shit on internet about them. There's stuff that's just that's hearsay. If somebody puts something tangible in front of me, somebody puts something real in front of me, then I'll listen. But I'm not gonna just when somebody just puts some crap. I think somebody sent me a fucking blog post. A blog post, that's somebody's opinion. It's an opinion piece. It's not factual. For God's sake, take these. When you read something, somebody posts something on Facebook and you read it and it's a blog and it says this happened and that happened. It's an opinion piece. It's not necessarily fucking true. It's not. In fact, it's most likely not true, because most of the shit that gets all the fucking hits, and this is another point that what Garrett was saying to me earlier, said to me on one of my Facebook things when I posted this up and said, well, we're going to be doing this show. He said, nobody's going to see it. Nobody's going to see it. So fucking what? So you've got more fucking people that watch and look at your stuff than I have. I don't care. The people that fucking look at my stuff have sought me out. They seek me out. They've not been planted in there, or they've not been put in there, and they've not been placed in there. It's just fucking it's an utter nonsense that the majority, because somebody's got more followers or has got more fucking listeners or fucking more viewers, that they must be right. Of course they're right. Fucking EastEnders has got fucking millions and millions of viewers. Is it any good? Is it fuck? The fucking real thing is the little gems, the nuggets you'll never get. I'll never lie to you. I will always be honest about what I fucking think and what I believe, and I'll not fucking try and get extra viewers by doing this or doing that or doing other. I won't do it simply because someone wants to listen to me. They'll listen to me. That's and great. I love that. But if you don't want to, just don't. And the fewer people that listen, the more exclusive this is. This is I like I said before, I like to keep this as like this little thing that somebody's got, the little fucking secret, the little thing that they perhaps watch when the partner's gone to bed, or you know that they want to. I'm not into having fucking millions of fuck me. I've got a fucking troll. Nah, and what we got, we don't have very many viewers, and I've still got a fucking troll. Imagine if we got millions of fucking viewers. Fuck that for a fucking game of soldiers. Fuck it, I don't care.
The truth always out, and you cannot argue if somebody's actually come up with documents backing up what they're saying, and somebody else is just coming out with abuse. Who are you going to be? Oh, well, anybody with a brain cell, who are they going to believe? Simple as, just leave somebody like that to have their own little dicky fit and do what they want. It really is not important.
Yeah, look, I completely agree with you, right? Let him have his little dicky fit. I mean, Steele's obviously got something going on. I don't know what it is, but he's connected with companies that are doing 5G. He's connected with Gateshead Council as well. This is the people that he claims are trying to persecute him. I think there's Annie Logical's just put something in the chat room about. In fact, Annie, if you want to come on, do you want to come on, Annie? If you just tell me if you want to come on, and I'll send you a message, because I noticed that something's happened today as well. I think there's some something going on with court cases. My missus were looking earlier on, and Garrett were going into court or something tomorrow. I can't remember. I don't know, probably benefit fraud or something. I don't know. He's got it tells me he's but listen, they're idiots. Let's just agree that, well, I'll agree that they're idiots. I don't care if nobody agrees with me. He's an idiot. He's a fucking idiot. They're all idiots. Steele's a fucking idiot. Fucking Garrett's an idiot. And if you think that fucking if you think that you're going to get a nosebleed because you've got a street light outside your door, then not yet, because 5G's not been implemented. But, according to Garrett, it's been happening for ages and ages. And I'm sorry for anybody from the Northeast about my ridiculous accent, but...
I was just going to say, mate, it's not...
It's not good, is it?
No.
No. I don't think it's good either. I don't think it's good. No, I don't think it's. So what else you seen? Have you seen the one that gets? Let's get away from this fucking these wankers. What you seen that's really wound you up? Have you seen any? Have you seen pictures of new royal baby?
No, not since we were. Well, I mean, it's not royal, is it? Come on, it's a huge.
Oh no, royal. That's its name. They've actually christened it Royal Baby.
Royal Baby.
They've christened. They've got Royal Baby. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. No, it's. I don't know. Do you think they'll invite James Hewitt to the christening?
Well, he's got a right to go. Grandparents have rights these days.
Yeah, they do. Yeah. Okay.
So he's probably got a right to go. Yeah, he has, hasn't he? But I don't know. I think that probably if Harry was to decide that he wanted to find out who is real, I don't think he would. You know what I mean?
I think he'd be banned from finding out, won't he?
Right. I mean, come on. What are you going to do? I mean, you want to find out who your real dad is, but you don't really.
Wait, the thing is, he can't go on Jeremy Kyle, can he?
Well, he could. He could have done up until a week ago. Up until a week ago, it could have been on. He could have gone on. Oh, you know what I feel sorry for? Fucking Daniela Westbrook and some other loser off like TV that's got this celebrity status had done a show the Friday. They'd recorded a show the Friday before they took the cunt off air, so it's never coming back on air. So that show's not going to get shown, and they're not going to ever fucking get any money for it.
Has he been took off and not coming on then, or what's?
It's gone, done, cancelled.
Right.
Never to come back. It's not even. You can't even get it on like, fucking catch-up TV.
Wow.
Right. It's completely gone. And there's also an outcry and calling, and this is not a bad thing. There's also calling for all reality shows to be cancelled, which wouldn't be a bad thing. I know.
Oh, yeah. I do know one little ditty about Mr. Kyle. When I worked briefly in local radio, all I did was voices for adverts and drop-ins and stuff like that. And I might have tidied up a couple of scripts and stuff, but that was literally all I did. At the time, there was Viking, Hallam, and Pennine that were owned by the same company. I believe the same company or the group now is owned by a different company, but there's about 30 so-called local radio stations. That's why if you're down in Cornwall, you hear the same sort of jingles as you do if you're up in the northeast, because they buy just one lot of jingle beds and that's what they use. Anyway, there was a certain Mr. Kyle who at the time worked at Pennine Radio, and I was told that one of the girls that worked at Hallam FM in Sheffield at the time had to, I don't know if it ever got to a restraining order, but had to certainly suggest that he never bothered her again. But that was a long, long time ago.
Well, listen, a long, long time ago. I'm talking 10 years.
Oh, no, this is long, longer than 20-odd years.
Well, yeah, I'm not as old as you, though.
No.
So
thanks for that.
You're welcome. It's all right. Well, you'll not be like worrying that you're fucking older than me when you're hanging out at the back of somebody on fucking Sunday morning.
No.
No, so just forget about that. Anyway, about 10 years ago, me and my missus were in the audience of the Jeremy Kyle show.
No.
We were, yeah. We did, honestly. We were in audience at fucking Jeremy Kyle show, and it were really fucking, it were weird how fucking short he were, and he come out and he were a right little fucking dickhead, like, you know, and he going, like, you lot all at work, you know, and fucking just doing all this sort of shit. Anyway, on this fucking show, right? So we're watching him, and bear in mind, there's none of bleeping or anything because it's all live. Oh. And one of these girls has been accused of fucking a dog, right? And so in front of the children. So there's children.
Guests.
One of the guests, this lass, had been accused of getting fucked by a dog in front of her children, and somebody had fucking videoed it, right? So anyway, we went along and we fucking sat in the audience and we did all usual shit, and you know, we sat there and we were fucking itching for it to come on. So I don't know how they're going to deal with this. This fucking woman's been fucking a dog in front of fucking kids, and someone's videoed it. So anyway, we fucking. I find out that it's on like one day. Record it. I'm going to work. My missus is going to work. We come home and we're watching it on TV. Anyway, and we put it on. And we're sat there watching it, and we're fucking going through, and it's like, where's fucking dog video? Where is it where she's fucking dog? And all they did is they cut it so that they just said she was having sex in front of the children, rather than she was fucking, the dog was fucking her in front of the children. It was fucking really weird. And we were, I'm sat there and I'm thinking, well, that's not what happened. Well, it's fucking dog. Fucking dog, 15 minutes of fame, it's gone. That dog, it's never going to get it again, and here we have the dog. Here we go. I didn't do that, but they could have done, couldn't they? Could have gone. And on the Jeremy Kyle show,
it'd have made interesting DNA.
Here comes fucking Fido. Fido comes up and fucking sits down, we're having a fag, and yes, I fucked her. Yes, she was fucking useless. Fucking useless. And them kids put me off. You know what I mean? All this shit, we're all gone. It was just that she'd had sex in front of her children and somebody had videoed it. And they showed us the video, but they didn't show it on TV. And for me, that just showed it. It was just like, just complete and utter fucking cack. It was just, come on. I think they just didn't want to go that extra step. Like they did on Jerry Springer, where somebody would marry a fucking oss.
Well, didn't Jerry Springer... because Jerry Springer's actually English, isn't he? He was born over here. But didn't he come over here, see the Jeremy Kyle show, and he commented how trashy it was? And I think when you get somebody like Jerry Springer saying how trashy the Jeremy Kyle show is, that really says something, doesn't it?
Oh yeah, fucking hell, yeah. But I knew Jerry Springer were just fucking crap, weren't it?
Well, when I was over in the States, there was one of the guys who worked for the company. He was from Arkansas. Now apparently Arkansas is just like fields forever, and he described a lot of the local people as trailer trash.
Oh, yeah.
That's how he described them. Now, one job that this guy had, he worked in a strip club, rather like the one that you and I worked in. And the producers for Jerry Springer used to be in there all the time, recruiting girls to be on stage. They'd make a story up. They'd bring their real boyfriend on, and it just completely and utterly made up bullshit.
Yeah.
Just completely, and just like fucking scripted. All these girls used to go on there and rip each other's wigs off, and because all the black girls that ever went on never really had any of their own hair. It was just a wig.
A weave.
A weave.
You call it, don't you?
Yeah, weave. Yeah.
I think that's the politically correct way to say it, rather than fucking syrup.
Yeah.
Oh, by the way, love, nice syrup.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Syrup, love. Yeah.
Just fucking, yeah. But that's where we got to with TV, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's got to a ridiculous point where there's just fucking, there's never a one.
It's just
never
trash.
a one. Never anything on at all. I mean, you might as well, masturbate all night.
Throw away your television.
A lot of our fucking listeners do, but we could we could probably do that. Right, let's have a look. What's going on in chat room? A lot of dog references. Where's Watson? Watson is in his cage. He's in his cage. It's not shut. The door's open. He just likes to go in there because it's his nice little area. Your father's not Wayne. Super Lead Society, the spectacle. Smart meters at work. I don't know what that means. Super Leads, woof woof, and here boy. Kevin Street's in there. Good evening, Kevin. How low can you get? About as low as a dashund. And someone said the barking mad now as well. So lots of good stuff going on in the chat room. Join the people in the chat room. Get in and say hello. It's Raconteurs news. It's dealing with the Garrett thing, but we've dealt with that. We're done with it, and we're gonna move forward, aren't we, Ada? We're gonna move forward. Where's
I'm going to move so far forward. I'm going to go and carry on with me packing because I need to go and find my budgie smugglers.
All right, mate. Well, don't forget your tiger skin trunks as well.
Yeah, no, I've got some speedos.
Okay, mate.
Listen, I shall be back in a couple of weeks. Well, 3 weeks. Let's just hope me house sitter's dog doesn't trash me house while I'm gone.
Awesome, mate. Awesome. Well, yeah, enjoy your holiday, mate. I suppose I'll speak to you before you're.
Yeah, I'll give you a shout tomorrow while I'm at work.
All right, mate.
Okay.
Okay.
Yep. The truth will always be there. You've just got to find it.
That's true. That's the truth. And you've just found it. And Hades said it.
Yeah. The truth is always out there. You've just got to find it. And most of the time, it's staring you right in the face. Oh.
Yeah, I know.
Right, brother. Love you lots. I'm off, and I'll speak to you tomorrow.
All right, mate. Take it easy.
Thanks. Ta-da.
Speak to you later. There you go. That's AD. He's on his way to Thailand. He's going to get himself a little bit of action while he's out there as well. By action, I mean he's going paintballing and stuff like that. So, listen, it's been all right. What are we on? It's 10:30. We've done 2 hours. Chuffing hell. Sorry about that. Sorry to interrupt your Thursday night. Thanks for tuning in. Thanks for watching. I hope we didn't bore you. I hope I didn't bore you. I'm telling you that that's going to be the last word on the subject. I'm all about facts rather than shit that people fucking spout on the internet. That the stuff that they just keep regurgitating. I mean, he had to do it 8 times on different posts of mine. Don't know why. Don't know why he turned up again. But you know, he's come back and he's like a little worm, and he's called me Stumpy again tonight. So, hey, Stumpy, hey. We're talking about my leg, mate, not your fucking cock. So, listen, we'll see you. We'll see you sometime, maybe over the weekend, but we'll definitely have a show Monday or Tuesday, whether it's Monday or whether it's Tuesday. I've got a couple of guests that I'm trying to get lined up, a couple of maybes, and it will just be me for the next 3.5 weeks. I mean, can you deal with that? Can you cope with that? Can you cope with it just being me or whatever? What shall I do? Also, a shout out to Dave Lawrence as well. He's trying to get himself a little crew together to do podcasts and video casts like this. So Dave, good luck to you on that, and if anybody wants to join him on that, then get in touch with Dave Lawrence. Find him on Facebook. I'm sure you can. Webby also is going to be doing his the Webster Report. He's not done one so far, but we're really looking forward to the first one of those. So good luck to you, Webby, as well. We're going to be back next week. Let me see if there's something I want to say on here. Let me see. There's something I've written down because you know what I do is I get off air and I think to myself, God, I wish I'd talked about that. I wish I'd said this. I wish I'd said that. I wish I'd said other. And you know, it's like I should write things down, but there's never a pen about it, especially when I've got to take my driving test again. So now they've decided a year, by the way, this is a year since I sent my off to the DVLA and said, well, I'm having my leg amputated. Perhaps you need to amend my license so that I can only drive an automatic car or anything like that. And, you know, that sort of thing. And it's taken, July, I think I sent it off before I had the leg amputated, so that would be the end of June, early July, and I've just got a letter today to say that they want me to come in for to assess my driving skills. So I've got to go along and have a driving test, but I've sent that back. I don't know when that is, but I'll keep you updated on that. It's really ridiculous, isn't it? This ridiculous. I've been driving since Christmas. I've been driving since Christmas with one leg, and they've not got the. And suddenly they decide, we want to assess your driving. So I think it's my eyesight that I'm a little bit more concerned with, because I'm still going to have to read a number plate, which is perhaps not ideal with my eyesight, 'cause it is crap. But we'll get through it. We'll get through it. Anyway, let's just have a quick look in the chat room before we finish. Let's have a look. There we go. Let's see. There we go. Cheers for the shout out. That's from Dave. Yeah, good, nice one, Dave. Yeah. I hope you get something to do. I hope you get something going, because it really is. It is rewarding how. Oh yeah, it's been 1 hour. Sorry, it doesn't matter. You know, if you don't feel like that, you're getting a massive audience. It doesn't matter, as long as you're getting it off your chest and you're able to get your ideas out there. That's the main thing about it, is getting your ideas out there. And you know, everyone likes it, but then again, most people don't get to see it. They just don't get to see it. We don't get put on recommended videos anymore, you know. But the therapy is all there. You know, when you're talking about it, and you're talking about things that have gone on in your life, and things that are important to you, and things that perhaps are having an impact on your life. It's all therapy. It's all good. And you know what? You get so much support from great people as well. And I'd like to say thanks to everybody that's been in touch in the last couple of well, anybody who's ever been in touch with me, really. I'll be back to you, Stewie. Very soon we'll get together and we'll have a drink, and we'll set up perhaps a meet somewhere like Rotherham or something like that. So if anyone's there around Rotherham and you want to come up, and we'll organise, and I'll go over, and me and Adi, well, not Adi at the moment, but if we do it for like a month's time, then me and Adi can come over and have a drink with people, and we can sit and have a chat, because that's what it's all about. It's all about getting together. It's all about people coming together and sharing ideas, and you don't necessarily have to agree with each other, but that sharing of the ideas is a revolutionary act in itself, because what you're doing is you're stepping away from what you've spoon fed and what you're force fed, and the problem with this independent media and all alternative media is that people can't do that. They can't step away and say, no, well, I might have said this, but I think that's shit now, and I'm going to move away. People can't do that. They seem to be married to their ideas, and if you're married to your ideas, you need to get a divorce from your ideas, because you need to put your ideas need to be placed into somewhere where they can be removed, and you can then say, well, this is actually a bad idea. I don't want to do that, and you can take that away. But people have egos. See, I ain't got one. I did, but I fucking lost it. I don't know where it's going. But people do have egos, and they get stuck with a single idea, and they get stuck. They also sometimes it's almost as if they're trying to pander to the audience that they've got, and not to try to lose anybody by changing the mind on something. So there might be somebody who follows somebody who watches somebody's stuff, based upon an idea that they have. But once that person then says, I don't agree with that idea, then they move away and they go away. And so they're married to that idea. They can't listen to why that idea might not quite be right. But anyway, I'm just gassing. So look out for us. We'll be about. And I love each and every one of you. Big thanks to Johnny Jam, Shovel, John Hull for doing the write-ups. Fantastic as usual. All hopefully up to date. And if they're not, then I'm tomorrow. But I'm pretty sure they are. And thanks to everyone for listening. I hope you're all okay. And I will see you very soon. Take it easy.